In a story I talked about just early or late last week, we spoke about what happened with Matthew Perry and what is happening with the people that were basically the cause, the enablers, and the people who had, believe it or not, nefarious intent, not necessarily for that particular thing to occur, his untimely passing, but to maintain him in that position for probably the rest of his life, which they in turn basically cut short. But in the story from Variety that was released, that I think everybody should know, um, the people responsible were doctors, Perry's assistant, and even more. This exposed a criminal network, an underground criminal network that was very expansive, that really did a lot of these drug trade situations in a way that was, well, normalized for people in Perry's position. And in a press conference that was done on Thursday, the Department of Justice said that the investigation revealed a broad underground criminal network, including Perry's assistant, doctors. They took advantage of the actor by selling him ketamine. The network included a live in assistant, various go betweens, two medical doctors, and a major source of drug supply known as the ketamine queen, who has actually been implicated in some other bad situations and deaths. U.S. Attorney Martin Estrada announced all these charges at that press conference, saying these defendants took advantage of Mr. Perry's addiction issues to enrich themselves. They knew what they were doing was wrong. They knew what they were doing was risking great danger to Mr. Perry, but they did it anyway. In the end, these defendants were more interested in profiting off of Mr. Perry than caring for his well being, which I think could be said for all drug dealers and enablers. They really just want to remain in that circle and keep the cash flowing. And in the case of Matthew Perry, it's quite a bit of cash. The lead defendants in the case are Dr. Salvador Plasencia and drug trafficker Jasveen Senga. Together, they worked with Dr. Mark Chavez, Perry's live in assistant Kenneth Iwamasa, and a broker named Eric Fleming to obtain ketamine and sell it to Perry, who died on October 28th, 2023, at the young age of 54. Chavez, Iwasama, and Fleming have pled guilty to various charges, probably in order to, navigate around some more serious things that they could certainly have been, uh, charged with. Uh, Plasencia, there we go, and Senga made initial appearances Thursday in U.S. District Court in downtown Los Angeles. U.S. Magistrate Judge Alka Sagar ordered Senga detained, jailed without bond, and set Plasencia's bond at $100,000. Both defendants pled not guilty to the criminal charges against them. There are plans to consolidate the trial date between the two in October. Oof. Over a 2-month period in the fall of 2023, they distributed approximately 20 vials of ketamine, holy cow, to Perry in exchange for $55,000 in cash. Palsencia mocked Perry in a text message. This is why I'm so upset about this. In 2023, writing, "I wonder how much this moron will pay." Disgusting. On one occasion, Plasencia injected Perry with illegal ketamine and watched the actor freeze up and his blood pressure spike. Despite that, he left additional vials of ketamine for the defendant, Iwamasa, to administer to Mr. Perry. Iwasama has no medical training. Plasencia had also told another patient in October of 2023, the month Perry died, that Perry was spiraling out of control with his addiction, according to Estrada. Nonetheless, he continued to offer ketamine to Mr. Perry. Plasencia faces a maximum sentence of 120 years in federal prison because this was an incredibly highly controlled substance. The DEA said doctors charged Perry $2,000 for a vial that cost Mr. Chavez approximately $12. As Perry's addiction worsened, he sought out other ways to obtain ketamine, which led to his buying from street dealers. who sold the ketamine that ultimately led to his death. Fascinating. So all 5 defendants knew that what they were doing was unethical. I bet they did. And illegal. And they spoke about that in their text exchanges. Oof. Sangha, the ketamine queen, who sold the batch of ketamine that resulted in Perry's death, texted Fleming after Perry's death, delete all our messages. Placencia falsified medical records and notes to try to make his actions look legitimate. I don't know how. Matthew Perry's journey began with unscrupulous doctors who abused their position of trust because they saw him as a payday, and it ended with street dealers who sold him ketamine in unmarked files. The desperation that led Perry to those individuals was not met with help, as it should have been from the doctors, but instead met with exploitation. Insane. Insane. If you know someone that's struggling with these types of issues, please give them help. It's going to be part of a solution that they absolutely need. Don't ignore the problem and think you're doing them a service, at least in my opinion. It's just advice. You don't have to follow it. But if you really care for somebody that's doing this to themselves, help them get help somehow. What do you think about this, folks? Do you think there isn't enough years that these people can be given in prison for the cause of the death of at least one, if not more people because of this shady business practice? Do you think that outside of the doctor, everybody else doesn't seem to be getting the same kind of treatment that they deserve? Do you think that by acknowledging what they were doing was wrong and then trying to cover it up, they not only knew it was wrong, but they should receive harsher treatment by the justice system? Don't know? Do know? Let me know in the comments section down below. Also, keep in mind that while you're down there, you need to hit that subscribe button to not only get me to 25K, so I can be Hobo Gandalf in one of my streams, but also to, well, make sure that you are still subscribed, because I've been getting a lot from people. And if you're one of the 65% of people that watch my videos, and this is maybe your first time here, please click on the subscribe button. It's free. Turn on notifications, and even if you're subscribed, make sure they're all on, because you don't want to miss anything. You don't want to miss the fact that you may be given a gift membership to the channel, and you don't want to miss one of the great members benefits that we have here on all 3 tiers. Also, do make a comment in any video of mine, and if you really want to help, you really want to prove to YouTube that you like my channel, just click on the playlist for all of the 2024 videos that I've made so far. Believe it or not, that will help significantly, because if you watch repetitively, they'll know for a fact that you want to stay subscribed. It'll also help draw other people to the channel and allow me to grow. And apparently I said something silly about getting to 100,000 subscribers, and you wouldn't want to miss that, would you? As always, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, see ya.